In Australia, the average length of a marriage is about, do you know how long? 12 years. And I'm sure that everyone wants more happy years together. So getting back to the subject, what do you need to do to have long and happy relationships? My name is Darina and I'm running a psychology blog for a happier living. 6 rules, let's go! Rule number 1, never stop working on your relationships. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that the most important part is to find a partner. What do? That's right, they do their best to look good and surprise their partner and be special, and it actually applies to both, to men and women, because they want to compete with other people simply to be chosen. Now, try to close your eyes and remember what you were like at the beginning of relationships and what you did for your partner. I think it will be a nice memory. And now compare it to what you do now. This is more difficult because not everyone can critically assess themselves at that moment. Plus, psychological defenses might be triggered. And if your partner criticizes you, it's perceived negatively, not as a guide to action. So being able to look at yourself is very, very important. What have I done before and what I'm not doing now in my relationships? What of the things I used to do that I can start doing again? Of course, a lot of people will say, yes, but time have changed, I didn't have a house mortgage or children, etc. And this is fair. However, you can do small things that will have a big impact. For example, at least you cannot wear an old tracksuit at home and wear something more elegant. Or organize a romantic surprise for your husband or wife a few times a month. Just elementary, bring flowers or bake a beautiful cake or write a postcard with love confession, and not once a year, but on a regular basis. Rule number 2, spend time apart from each other. For the love to flare up and you not get bored, it is necessary to have the opportunity to rest from each other. When you are not together with your partner, you have space to dream about them, to miss them, develop emotions and grow a romantic love. Remember the moment when you meet your loved one after a long separation. What do you feel? What emotions do you experience? How do you want to do something nice for someone when you haven't seen them for so long? No one is saying that you have to go on a 6 weeks European tour by yourself, but sometimes you can do girls' night or boys' night and maybe even weekends away, which definitely will benefit your feelings. Just make sure that the ratio time alone and time together is healthy. And time alone should not be more than a time together. It should be used a little bit like a spice in a dish. Rule number 3, the ratio of praise and criticism. People are really quick to criticize each other. However, for some reason, we do not say words of gratitude and admiration very often. We think that this is very obvious, that I'm grateful if you helped me around the house or did something else. Believe me, it is not obvious. The ratio should be, for one critical remark, you should praise your partner at least 3 times. Praise and thank your partner for even the smallest things. Both men and women want to be seen as important and valuable. Think about it. Who would want to leave a person who admires them so much, who makes them feel really special? Because we love a person not for what he or she is, but for how we feel next to them. Rule number 4. Take time for yourself. Always allocate time to self-development. You must be interesting for yourself first. You have to have a hobby or something else that really excites you. I think a lot of people will say, let him or let her love me for who I am. Well, friends, let's face the truth. We all want to be with someone who we can respect, who we can admire and be proud of, and so on. In only one case, self-development is not important. It is when your partner is a manipulative narcissist or a psychopath who wants you to be invisible, submissive, don't have any friends, and so on. But why? The answer is desire to control because of his wounded ego and horrendous insecurity. The little voice in their head says, I'm so scared that you will see that I'm worthless and you will leave me. So I want you to be completely dependent on me and not even think that someone else can be interested in you. But in this video, we are talking about a healthy relationships, not a psychological abuse. So self-development is very important. I want to say one really important idea. When we are interesting for ourselves, we are just as interesting for other people. Consequently, we do not feel the fear that if my partner will leave me or will cheat on me, I will stay alone. Consequently, you do not hang on your partner, like you do not act needy. And consequently, he or she feels your confidence and think, let's speak about the woman here. If she is so sure of herself, it means she knows something, it means she is valuable and I should appreciate her and do not lose her. The other side of this coin is if person is not interested in themselves or not interesting for themselves, then why should I be? Rule number 5. The importance of sex in relationships. Why it is so important? Because sex is a way of communication between partners. And as in most cases couples live in a monogamous lifestyle, sex is something that is simply impossible to get from someone else. Again, repeating myself, of course, if you are in monogamous relationships and you do not want to cheat. Also, this is the special bond between people that is very intimate and hidden from the eyes of others. It is something that belongs only to you and your couple. Sex is a litmus test of the relationships. After a big fight, couples often make up through sex, because all the unsaid is finally said, the nervous tension is gone, and you can touch not only the body but also the soul of your partner, because you both are emotionally exposed and available to each other. That is why sex is a great indicator of whether everything is ok in relationships. Because when there is no sexual desire, no attraction to the partner, in most cases there is some old grudge, unresolved conflict, and so on. So couples counseling regarding their day-to-day issues can help to get your intimate life back on track. Also, I want to point out that having a full intimate life in a couple is not about having an intercourse just for a tick. It's about the quality time that two people can give to each other in order to become even closer. Rule number 6. Understand that your partner is separate from you. He or she is an alive person with their feelings, emotions, and life. Does that sound like a weird rule? It is understandable, as we are prone to think that after getting in a couple, me automatically become us. But this is an unhealthy way of thinking. Very often conflicts in a couple happen because couples are codependent. For example, if someone is not in the mood, the second partner gets nervous, saying, "You do not love me, something happened," and so on. Even if you and your partner live under the same roof, your husband or wife may be just in a certain state which has nothing to do with you. Perhaps they can have some problems at work that he or she is not willing to discuss right now. So when something like this happens, let the other person be in any of his states and emotions without criticism and resentment. Imagine that you are talking to, say, a close friend or colleague at work. You would not start a fight or relate their condition to you. You would just say, if you need me, I'm here for you. It's all about personal boundaries, your boundaries and your partner's boundaries, and they need to be respected. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video till the end. If you have problems in your relationships that you would like to discuss, contact me to book your Zoom counseling session. How to do it, you can read in the description below this video. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'm going to see you in next videos. Bye!